October 28th meeting of the St. Bernard Community Improvement Corporation. If we could please have a roll call by the secretary.
President Stuchel.
Present.
Tom Rolston's absent. Bob Culbertson is absent / resigned. I don't know technically what that is. Chris Schulmeyer's here. Joe Brickler. Here. Peggy Brickwig. Here. Ray Culbertson. Here. Jeff Edwards. Here. Allie Palmer's absent. Chris Sauer.
Here.
Amy O'Smalley.
Here.
Meredith Hughes.
Here.
Taylor Voigt.
Here.
Wasn't sure.
Okay, as far as the minutes, I'm sure you've had a chance to read through all 7 pages of the minutes. Didn't know if anyone's found any corrections that need to be made or if there is a motion to accept the minutes as printed.
A motion to accept the minutes as they are seen.
Should they say 2005?
Yeah.
If they could be updated to
Second?
2025.
25.
So we found a correction.
Yeah.
Please,
Off by 20 years.
please note that the dated, should be the September 23rd, 2025. So now we're accepting the minutes as corrected.
As corrected, correct. Did someone make a motion?
I make a motion.
I seconded.
Okay, motion by Joe, seconded by Jeff. Okay.
And I guess we do not have a treasurer's report for this evening, so that will take one portion of the meeting out, and we'll make sure that we have that for the next. As far as action items, before we go into the election portion, of course, this evening, our Vice President, Tom Rolston, is not here this evening, so he is taking part in the honor flight. So again, I want to thank Tom for his service. I think that's something to be very proud of, so we're glad to have St. Bernard to be represented. As far as our first action item would be the election of a new board member. As of right now, it looks as though we only have one candidate in the audience, so that would be Mr. Kevin Geraci. So, Mr. Geraci, if you are ready, we'll go ahead and have you take the microphone at the podium and give us a bit of a presentation, make us a little familiar about yourself.
Thank you, Mr. Stuchel. Oh, wow, it's loud there. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to get up here and speak and maybe be involved with this great opportunity of the CIC. So, a little introduction. Kevin Geraci. I grew up here and lived here over 25 years, buying my first place in St. Bernard. My wife and our son just recently moved back around 6 months ago to Angels Way. My background includes I've been a realtor licensed in both Ohio and Kentucky for over 20 years. I've also owned primetime real estate, flipping Cincy, where we've renovated and revitalized hundreds of homes, apartments over the 20 years. Experience with building department, fully permitted projects, including working with plan examiners, inspectors, designers, architects, real estate attorneys, and title companies, and contractors. We've done tax abatements, fully permitted projects, and worked with the auditors to tax abate these properties. Also been a consultant in a bank for renovation projects for other buyers and sellers in the Cincinnati area, including professional football players that I've consulted. Better not share his name. I don't know if I'm able to say his name. And an FCC player that also renovated homes. So that's a little about myself. I don't know if you guys have any questions or anything else I can elaborate on.
No one has any questions for Kevin?
What brings you to the CIC?
So I wanted to, with moving back here, I've always had the dream of building into a city and being a part of renovating not only just, one home here and there. We've done multiple on street, but this would be on a larger level. So it'd be exciting to be with a team and being back to my roots here.
Mr. President. Kevin, have you ever been the treasurer of any organization?
I have not.
Okay, that's a second step.
So,
No need to run anybody off. Even though the night that I got elected, I left as president, that wasn't, no, that's not supposed to happen, no. Okay, at this point, I'm gonna ask for a motion to nominate Mr. Kevin Geraci as a board member of the St. Bernard CIC.
Peggy, you want to make the motion?
Yeah, Peggy's really the first, so.
Yeah.
I'll second it.
Second. Motion by Peggy Brickwick, seconded by Joe Brickler. I assume this is an up-down vote?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay. Jonathan Stuchel.
Yes.
Tom Ralston's absent. Bob Culbertson's absent. Chris Schulmeyer votes yes. Joe Brickler.
Yes.
Peggy Brickwick.
Yes.
Ray Culbertson.
yes.
Jeff Edwards.
Yes.
Holly Palmer's absent. Chris Sauer.
Yes.
Amy Osmalley.
Yes.
All yeses.
All right.
All right,
Thank you.
congratulations. You might as well park yourself in the empty seat.
Okay, appreciate it.
Welcome to the club. All right.
Okay, so the next matter of business, so Ally is on her way, but not sure when she's going to make it, but one of I guess, the important parts of the CIC is having an actual treasurer, so I don't know if there's anybody within the group that would be willing to do so. You know, again, Bob has stated that he is willing to assist, you know, with the transition and also assist over the next little bit of time, because one of the things, it's not a matter of just paying bills. The annoying part of the process, to be honest with you, is during our annual audits, just providing on-demand information all through the auditor's expenditure testings that they do. So it's just a trying process, but anyhow, make a long story short, Bob's willing to help, you know, get everything in line. You know, there are, you know, quite a few records to be transferred and so forth, to be made available. So I don't know if there's anyone that's willing to take on that responsibility. You know, we could ask Ally again. I don't know if there's anyone here. I don't see anyone jumping up right now. But anyhow, it's an important role, so it needs to happen. And I can't do both. So I guess, you know, the next option is, you know, nominating somebody while they're not here.
I can't do it. If you
No.
put on Facebook, landlords don't keep receipts, so.
Right, so, again, I guess we need to figure this out, but I'm gonna need somebody, unless, you know, and I don't know that there's any way that we could have somebody that we would consult or pay as a bookkeeper, but there still needs to technically be, within our organization, be a treasurer.
What are the treasurer's actual duties? I mean, I understand bills, so pay bills, which includes taxes, utility bills, record keeping, handle deposits, and do the audit? Am I missing any big ones?
So basically, yes, the biggest part of it, I think, is, and probably the more trying part, because it's on demand, you know, is really just dealing with, you know, with the auditors at their time. And doesn't mean that it has to, sometimes depending on who it is, it's actually on site, they're asking to try to do this, you know, one-on-one, but that really kind of went to the wayside. And so really ultimately during the expenditure testing portion, it's just a matter of providing, you know, digital images of what's needed, invoices, copies of checks, so forth. So really that's the only trying period. And you know, they're typically pushing to try to get it done in a particular time. So I think that may have been Ally, so we can let her know she.
Mr. President, I mean, if somebody does it, the audit would not be very difficult if they would just scan things as they go. The problem is, stuff wasn't scanned, and it was just like a paper checkbook and stuff like that. So I think if it was handled, I mean, especially once you go through one, like I already know what they're gonna ask for the next year, but if you would just scan your invoices and your checks and things like that, I think it'd be very easy, and then you would just email them when they ask them for it.
And everything, so basically the records itself, I mean, everything's QuickBooks. So, I mean, Bob can, and with the CIC, it also has, you know, a laptop. So basically, you know, he could more or less make sure that we're current and make the transition pretty simple. Ally, I don't know if you realize this or not, but you were just elected or treasurer while you were, you know, so I just, so we were just talking about, you know,
What your
you know,
duties were gonna be next.
the,
Is there no one that has an accounting anything in here? Oh my gosh.
So we were just discussing again the fact that we do need, we did just elected a new board member, Kevin Geraci. And then at this point, because Bob was serving in the role of treasurer, we do need to fill that void. We are required to do so. So we're just looking for anyone that might be willing to step up to do that. And again, with the assistance of Bob in the transition, kind of working through the process. So we're just discussing this right now, trying to figure that out.
Mr. President, I would be willing to do treasurer if someone else would volunteer for the secretary role, which clearly I'm not very good at anyway.
You take really great notes, and somehow I never could come up with 7 pages, but anyhow. So that's a thought. So is there anyone that would really like to be the secretary so that Chris could assume the role as treasurer?
Outside of the, basically assisting with running the meeting, what are the other roles of the secretary?
For me, it's just been taking notes, really, meeting minutes.
It's minutes and kind of the administering the meeting.
Administrative meetings,
So
okay.
the minutes are probably the most time consuming part,
Mhm.
unless you and Chris have an AI assistant.
So Chris, yeah, Chris basically has everything recorded. It's create, transcribe, put in minute form. It's a matter of then presenting the minutes at the meeting to be voted on and accepted if there's any corrections beforehand. And then making sure then that these are forwarded on to the village clerk so that they can be uploaded to the website, and just maintaining, you know, an accurate record. Your vital role in the actual meeting itself is basically, you know, the roll call when necessary, you know, particular motions, things like that. I mean, it's really not demanding.
Yeah, I would do a tradesies with you.
This may be a question for Meredith. Do the minutes have to be verbatim, or could they be summarized?
They can be summarized so long as. They can be summarized as long as they are an accurate reflection of what occurred at the meeting. It doesn't have to be word for word.
I would need all your technology. Just kidding. I would be happy to take on the secretary position over the treasurer position if you would be willing to take on the treasurer position.
Yes.
I know.
All right, so I guess with that being said, we've got a couple motions to make. So at this point, I would like to ask for a motion to accept Ally Palmer's nomination as the new secretary for the CIC.
I'd like to nominate Ally Palmer to be our new secretary for the CIC.
I'll second it.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, so, well, I guess,
Yeah, so, motion made by Jeff Edwards, seconded by, Ray Culbertson. That's probably an up-down vote too, right?
yes.
Jonathan Stuchel.
Yes.
Tom Ralston's absent, Bob Culbertson's absent, Chris Schulmeyer votes yes, Joe Brickler,
Yes.
Peggy Brickwig, Ray Culbertson. Jeff Edwards.
Yes.
Ally Palmer. Chris Sauer. Amy Yosmali.
Yes.
Oh, Kevin Geraci. Thank you, Ray. All yeses.
All right, next, I'd like to ask for a motion to accept the nomination for Chris Schildmeyer as the new treasurer of the St. Bernard CIC.
Make a motion for Chris Schumacher to be the new treasurer.
Okay, motion made by Ray Culbertson, seconded by Peggy Brickwig. All those, or Jonathan Stuchel?
Yes.
I'll vote yes. Chris Schulmeyer votes yes. Joe Brickler?
Yes.
Peggy Brickwig? Ray Culbertson?
Yes.
Jeff Edwards?
Yes.
Ally Palmer? Chris Sauer?
Yes.
Amy Usmali?
Yes.
Kevin Geraci?
Yes.
All yeses.
All right, so with that being said, we'll make arrangements to set up a meeting between myself, and Bob, and you, and we will need to go to Fifth Third, get you on as a signer and so forth, and try to bring you up to speed with the records and everything, and it should be pretty simple.
Okay.
And then whatever technology that you can share with the new,
Get an AI assistant too. Meredith, you can just walk down to my house.
all right, well, that is progress. I didn't think it was gonna be that simple. All right. And Kelly, you are late. I know. You timed that perfectly. Seems intentional.
It wasn't, but,
Okay, perfect. All right, great. All right, so with that being said, the next item on the agenda, an update on the 306 bank purchase agreement.
I got the title exam back at 4:45 this afternoon, so it should move relatively quickly. I will need, if his contact information isn't in the purchase agreement, I will need that from you, just to finish the process. But
All right, I will.
that should be in the next couple weeks.
All right, I will verify that, and then I still have the check is $500, so I have that as well.
Is it made payable to the CIC?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Go ahead and continue to hold that, and then we'll take care of that on the closing statement.
Okay, so I guess between either Meredith or Taylor, next item, status of update on the developer for the shopping center. Is there anything that we have to report? Any updates?
I have not heard anything in the last couple months, so I don't have any updates to share with the CIC.
All right, at this point, I am going to ask for a motion to go into executive session to discuss the sale of property.
I'll make a motion that we go into executive session to discuss the sale of property.
I second it.
Motion by Jeff Edwards, seconded by Joe Brickler. Jonathan Stuchel?
Yes.
Chris Schulmeyer votes yes. Joe Brickler?
Yes.
Peggy Brickwig? Ray Culbertson? Jeff Edwards?
Yes.
Ally Palmer? Chris Sauer?
Yes.
Amy Usmali?
Yes.
Kevin Geraci?
Yes.
All right, if we could ask for a motion to come out of executive session.
I'll make the motion. I'll second it.
Motion by Amy Usmali, seconded by Ally Palmer. Jonathan Stuchel?
Yes.
Chris Schulmeyer votes yes. Joe Brickler?
Yes.
Peggy Brickwig? Ray Culbertson?
Yes.
Jeff Edwards?
Yes.
Ally Palmer?
Yes.
Chris Sauer?
Yes.
Amy Usmali?
Yes.
Kevin Geraci?
Yes.
We are out of executive session.
All right, next matter of business, open discussion or additional agenda items. I just wanted to clarify one thing with reference to the 306 Bank Street purchase agreement. The deposit was made as far as for the requirement for the earnest funds of $500 are on hand. I just need to make sure I clarify what the $500 was for. As far as there anyone on the board that has anything else under open discussion or additional agenda items? Going once. Anyone in the audience? Kelly, Gus? Okay, maybe next time. All right. I show our next meeting as being November 25th, 2025, unless we need to call a special meeting, and we will be making notification to the board members if that is necessary. At this time, do I have a motion to adjourn?
A motion we adjourn?
I'll second.
Motion by Joe Brickler, seconded by Jeff Edwards. All those in favor?
Oh, we didn't have to do the Fs then, that was good. That was it.